Do you want Robin? That's not a Christmas gift. That's a pregnancy and a birth. Okay. And you probably weren't very happy with your husband during the time when you were groaning and moaning and it's okay. You didn't yell at him the way my wife yelled at him? Okay, just checking. Let me see, Kat, you gave birth to, let me see, when's her birthday? 27th? So, but that's not a Christmas gift, that's a birth. Okay, thank you. Okay? But what about best Christmas gift ever given? Now, I don't know about you, I really don't remember. See, I was trying to think what I got last year for Christmas. It wasn't an airplane. I would remember that. It was not an airplane. So I really don't remember what I got last year for Christmas. I mean, I'm sorry. So Annette, you can give it to me again, and it would be fine. I won't remember that happened last year. Think about that first Christmas. Okay, the very first Christmas when Jesus was born, what were the Christmas gifts that Christmas? You want gold, frankincense, and myrrh. For his kingship, for his priesthood, and for his burial. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. They say those are the perfect Christmas gifts for Jesus. I would assume that whoever wrote that was probably accurate on that. But did you know there were some other Christmas gifts that very first Christmas? What did the shepherds give to Jesus? You don't remember what the shepherds gave to Jesus? They gave their worship. Their worship to Jesus. Okay? So that was their gift. And then, you know what? You know what a stranger gave to Jesus that very first Christmas? A place to be born. A stable, a barn, a cave, a manger. A manger. And maybe one of the good Christmas gifts was that of a loving mother and father who was going to take care of Jesus. Pretty special Christmas gifts. Exceptional gifts. Exceptional gifts. I want us to look at 2 Corinthians chapter 9 because this talks about the Christmas gift. 2 Corinthians chapter 9. Now, it's not one that we normally read at Christmas time. It's not one that we refer to in the Christmas story. But Paul here is describing Christmas in one verse. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 15. Thanks be to God for his indescribable gift. Thanks be to God for his indescribable gift. Now, here's the problem we have with that verse. That word in the New International Version says indescribable. We don't know whether that's accurate or not. Because when Paul was writing this passage, he could not come up with a word in the Greek language that would describe Jesus. So he created a word. It's found no place else in the Bible. It's found no place else in Greek literature. He coined a word to describe Jesus. Now, similar words that are similar, have been translated as wonder beyond description, unsearchable, gift too wonderful for words. Other translators, who, when they translated the New Testament, they used words indescribable, incomparable, inexpressible, gift beyond words. You get the idea? When Paul looked at Jesus coming and being born as a gift to the world, he could not come up with an existing word to describe it. It was too magnificent, too wonderful, too great for words of their day and in their language to describe. Indescribable, incomparable, inexpressible, too wonderful for words. So what do we know about this? Unique gift. Unique gift. The only gift of its kind. What do we know about it? When I was a kid growing up, it came Christmas time. All of our gifts were under the tree. They were all wrapped, ready to unwrap. They all had names on them. And what we would do at our family Christmas is we would take those gifts and we would hand the gifts out to everybody in the room. All 6 of us. There were 6 in my family, so all 6 of us. And we'd have 3 or 4 gifts there, all with our name on it. And then Dad would say, go. And we'd tear into every gift we had. I mean, we'd tear them open, we'd look at them, we'd tear the next one open, we'd look at it, we'd tear the next one open, we'd look at it, we'd tear the next one open, look at it. We'd have a pile of trash around the Christmas tree. We'd all have our gifts, and we'd all be there, and we were already into our gifts. That was a Lily Christmas. When I married into the Croker family, I learned that there was another way to hold in Christmas gifts. I showed up at their house for Christmas, and of course, under the tree were all the gifts, all the names on the gifts. And what I thought they would do is hand out all the gifts and say, go, and we'd open all the gifts, but no, not in her house. They would take one gift from under the tree. They'd hand it to whoever's name was on it. That person would take that gift, and they would admire the bow, and the ribbon, and the way the package was sealed. They'd flip it over and look how it was taped on the bottom. They would look at how in special writing the name was printed on the to and from package. And then that person would then very delicately open up that package before they opened up the box. Now this is just getting the wrapping paper off. They would take the bow and the ribbon and they'd set it aside very neatly. Then take the paper, they would fold it as if you're going to use it next year. Put it over to one side. They would then open up the box, take out their present from the box. If there was paper around the present, they would fold that. They would put it over with the wrapping paper. Then they would close the box up and set the box over there. Then they would look at their gift. And they would look at the person who gave their gift and say, Randy, this is just what I wanted. This is great. Thank you very much. I appreciate the gift. Then the next present was handed to the next person. And they would admire the way it was wrapped, and the bow, and the tape, and the to and the from, and they would go through the same routine. Same routine. Took us 3 days to open all of that. Instead of 30 seconds the way it was at my house. And I learned that there's different ways of opening presents at Christmas time. And so that's the reason when I married my wife, because the first Christmas I attended, we were just dating. We weren't married. When I married my wife, that's the reason it took her 3 days to wrap 3 gifts. Because she knew that they were going to pick those up and examine those gifts. She asked me to wrap a gift one time. I wrapped it as neatly, nicely as I could. I put the bow on it, I put the ribbon on it, and she said, this will never do. She rewrapped my gift. God's first Christmas gift was wrapped. No, not in swaddling clothes. It was wrapped in love and grace. Jesus was wrapped in God's love and grace. We know that. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. God so loved. He wrapped Jesus in God's love. The only perfect love there is. Only perfect love there is. Our love is not perfect. Our love is weak. Our love is flawed. Because we don't know what perfect love is. We've never experienced it. Even a mother for their child isn't perfect love. God's love was perfect, and He wrapped Jesus in His love. Then He wrapped Him in grace. You remember my definition of grace. God giving to us something we do not deserve. How many of us deserve a Savior? How many of us deserve to have the Son of God be born for us? None of us. Not one of us. And yet God sent Jesus wrapped in His love and His grace so that we could experience Christmas for that very first time. We could experience Jesus for the very first time. Always. You see, Christmas is not about giving gifts that people deserve. Now, I know, any of y'all have Elf on the shelf? Yeah, you do? Okay. You be good. Elf's watching. You know? Does the elf move around? Moves around? I can fix that for you. I'll come over and break his leg so he has to stay in one spot the entire time, so that he can't be in your living room and in your bedroom. He only can be one place, so you only have to be good one place. Would that be okay? No. Okay. Okay. Well, that was my suggestion. Anyway, but we put the elf on the shelf and we tell little kids, you better be good, better not be bad, because who's watching? Santa, and he's checking his list and going to tell the difference between good and bad, okay? But that's not really Christmas. That's Santa. That's not Christmas. Christmas is about us giving just because we want to give, giving out of love. It's not a tip, it's not a bonus, it's not a reward. We're going to give a gift just because we love someone. Even though they may have disappointed us, even though they may have disobeyed us, even though they may have not been the best girl around, we're going to give a Christmas gift because of our love. God gave a Christmas gift to a world that did not deserve it. God gave a Christmas gift to a world that had rejected Him. God gave a Christmas gift to a world that was going to one day take the life of His Son and nail Him on the cross. And yet He did that because of His love and His grace. And that's how He wrapped Jesus at that very first Christmas. The second thing that we know is that Jesus, that very first Christmas gift, Jesus was sent special delivery. Now, I saw an article this week about how tomorrow is Cyber Monday. Okay, all of y'all aware of that? Cyber Monday. You're supposed to go online and order. I don't know whether you can order an airplane online or not, but if you'd like to try, that would be fine. You know, and we order stuff on Amazon, and we order stuff from Walmart, and we order stuff, all this stuff online, and then they deliver it to our house. And they said this year people are trying to learn how to protect their gift after it's delivered, because there are people literally following the UPS truck around and the FedEx truck around, and as soon as they put it on the porch and they leave, then this person pulls up and gets it. Okay? So they're trying to figure out ways of avoiding that this Christmas, and trying to find unique ways of saying, deliver it here, or put it here, or do something with it here. God's gift was delivered in a very special way. We call it the Incarnation. The Incarnation. God became one of us. God became man. That's pretty special. That's pretty special. It's tough enough for a baby to be born. I mean, it's tough. It's tough on the mom. It's tough on the baby. I mean, that's a hard delivery. Now, some of you will say, oh, I had the easiest delivery in the world, you know. But others of you would say, I struggled for hours and hours and hours to get that baby. You know, I struggled. My wife yelled at me more than once during the hours when the child was being born. I mean, you know, she was not happy with me. She was not happy with him. You know, it was one of those deals. But even a normal, natural baby is a special delivery. But for God to become man, I can't imagine what that took. I can't imagine how Jesus took himself as Christ, the Messiah, and he became a baby, and then he was born a natural birth into a world that really didn't want him, didn't welcome him, and in a world that was cold, in a world that was not very convenient, not very nice. For Jesus to have done that is amazing. That's a special delivery. God became man. Man. That's amazing. That's amazing. A little girl was in a room, and this particular night she was scared. She was terrified. Don't know why. Mom went in and tried to console her. Dad went in and tried to console her. She would get better, and then they'd leave, and she'd cry out again. Almost as if there was a monster under the bed or in the closet or someplace in the room. But anyway, Mom finally got up one last time and said, I'm going to go in there. I'll fix this. She went in there to the little girl in the bed and said, now, honey, Dad and I are just down the hall. If you need anything, you just let us know. I don't want to be left alone. I'm scared. You're never alone. God is with you. God is here with you. And the little girl looked at her mom and said, I need a God with skin on. That's Christmas. God came and put skin on so that we would know God's love, God's grace. Third thing we need to understand about this Christmas gift is the price. Yesterday, we were down in Texas Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for my Lily family Christmas. We didn't kill one another. That was a miracle in itself. But on the way home, we stopped in Oklahoma City because our grandson Isaac's birthday is today. And so we decided we'd stop in Oklahoma City and celebrate his birthday. So we asked him where he wanted to stop. So we went to Chuck E. Cheese. You been to Chuck E. Cheese?
Yes.
Okay. So don't go there to eat pizza. But they have all kinds of games. You know, we had a wonderful time. We stopped there for an hour and a half, something like that. We ate their pizza and had a little piece of cake and a little ice cream, and we were celebrating his birthday. And he was going around, and all the kids were playing games. You know, and you get these little tickets, you know, for the games you play, and they all got their tickets. And then it came time for us to leave, and you go up and you redeem your tickets. And so you get so many tickets. And then you can get so many of these one-penny gifts, you know, that are precious. And Adam had earned a total of 65 points. 65 points in all the games she played. Now, the boys had earned hundreds, but Addie had earned 65. She went up there and she started looking, and of course, all the cheap points gifts are down here at the bottom, and then they go up, and then they go up again, and then they have the case behind them, you know. And they have all the big gifts up there. And so Kristen was helping Addie pick out the gift. Which gift do you want? You know, you can get one of these, or you can get two of those. You don't have enough to get that, but you can get these. And she was looking, and they were trying to negotiate and trying to decide. And finally, I walked over to her because she's the only one who hadn't picked out a gift. I'm wanting to get home. I'm wanting to get on the road. As a loving, compassionate, caring grandfather, I was going to go over there and say, girl, suck it up and pick out a gift. And I walked over to her and I said, Addie, what do you want? And without hesitation, she pointed on the back wall and said, I want that doll. 3,000 points. Now, the good news is, you can buy those gifts. So 3,000 points is 3,000 pennies, or $30. So you know what? I said, look down here. That's a cheap gift. And the poor little thing started crying. Oh, no. And I said, not today. Mom said, not today. Grandma said, not today. Dad said, not today. So finally, her brother, who had already cashed in some of his points and had his, he said, Abby, you can have the rest of my points. And so she got to pick out a little better gift because of the generosity. But hey, all of us have to consider a budget when we come to Christmas, don't we? I mean, if you didn't consider a budget, I'd already have my airplane. Right? I'd already have it. But you every year decide, no, we only have this much money for this person, and this much money for this person, and this much money, and this is the total we can spend for Christmas. When God decided to send us a Christmas present, there was no limit. No cost too much. God sent Jesus, his son, to this world knowing what would happen to him. Jesus came knowing what would happen to him. And both of them said, it's worth it. It's worth it. The gift. It's worth it. Now kids don't have any concept of value of things. You know, they see us pull up to the ATM and pull out cash, or they see us write a check, or they see us pull out our card and use our card, and they say, oh, Dad, it's no problem. Just pull out your card, write another check, go to that machine and get more money out of it. They have no concept of, hey, there's a limited amount of funds back there that I can use, and I have to decide whether or not I'm using it for this or for something else. But you and I understand budget. We understand there's only so much we can do. But when God chose to send his son, his gift could not be bought, could not be paid for, could not be purchased, except for the death of his son, Jesus. There was no easy solution for God to come and send his son. The last thing we know about this Christmas gift is who it was given to. You know, I told you about those Christmas. Every one of us, most of us, I'd say every one of us, when we put gifts under the tree, we put a name on them, don't we? We put a name there. We say this is to, this is from, and we want that straight. We don't want anyone. And okay, now, do not do this. Do not do this. Do not go under the Christmas tree the night before Christmas Eve and start moving tags around. Okay? Russell? Okay? Don't do that. That's not a way to make your family happy. Okay? So don't do that, because everybody has a specific gift from a specific person, and you want that gift to go to that person, no one else. Okay? That's just normal. That's just natural. That's the way we do it. We just don't put gifts under there and say, just go pick one out. You know? When God sent Jesus, he sent him with your name. Your name. My name. All of our names on that very first Christmas gift. He didn't send Jesus just to Joseph and Mary. He didn't send Jesus just for the shepherds or just for the wise men. He didn't send Jesus just to the Jewish nation. He didn't send Jesus to the world, but to you and to me in the world. Every one of us. Every one of us. Now here's the key. As you put, anybody have their Christmas tree up already? Very good. Y'all are ahead of the curve, okay? Okay? Got your tree? Any presents under the tree yet? No. No presents under the tree? Okay? So you've got your Christmas tree up, you've got these presents under there, and you've got a name on them, right? You got a name on them. And so Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, whenever your tradition is in opening gifts, this year, don't open them. Just leave them under the tree. After all the joy, the fun of having that Christmas tree there, and the joy and the fun of having those gifts there, and the anticipation of what's in those gifts, just let that extend past Christmas. Let it extend past the New Year. Let it extend past Valentine's Day. Let it extend past April Fool's Day. You say, Brother Gary, that's what you're talking about. That's an April Fool's joke. We're going to open our gifts back at Christmas time. No, just leave them under there. That way, next year, parents, you don't have to buy an additional gift. You've already got them under the tree. It's already decorated. You don't have to do anything. Just leave them under the tree. You know what that would mean? That would mean those Christmas gifts aren't really Christmas gifts. You're usually going to leave them under there. Even though they have someone's name on them, it's really not their gift, because it's going to stay under the Christmas tree until next year, and until the next year, and until the next year. And you say, Brother Gary, that's a brilliant idea, but it's not going to fly. We're going to open our gifts. We're going to take the gifts that have our names on it, and we're going to open them at Christmas. I don't blame you. I plan to open mine. God sent His Son as our very first Christmas gift. An indescribable gift. A gift that does not have words to describe. But it's got your name on it. And it doesn't become yours until you open the gift. How do you do that? By inviting Jesus into your heart. That's the only way Jesus becomes your Christmas gift. You need to know Jesus. You need to invite Him into your heart. And then once you've done that, you have the privilege of sharing that gift of Jesus with someone else. Of sharing that with someone that you work with, someone that you are friendly with, someone that you do things with, someone who works beside you. You can share that very first indescribable Christmas gift with them by simply telling them about Jesus. Let's stand. Father, we thank You for that.